Hello, all my Facebook fam. Sensei Victoria Whitfield here, your journey partner in business. And this is day 7 of 45 Live. Shout out to Wanda Toro Torini. Super grateful for you being awesome and just challenging me to go for it. This is your fault. Goddess, so I blame you 100% why I keep going live and sharing all of my greatest takeaways over the last 45 days at the end of the workday and non-work days. And today's a work day. So my greatest gift from today in particular is a little bit of a combo, and I'm going to have to make it fast because I've got a meeting coming up at 5, so it's like 12-ish minutes. So this is going to be a Herculean effort. You know that I tend to want to really sink into thinking with you together. By the way, if you are watching live, put hashtag live if you're watching live as this is streaming, so I know who's journeying with me. And go ahead and put hashtag replay so I get to love you up and thank you for being on the journey with me. So today in particular, I really want to talk about some, like 3 greatest gifts in particular that really spoke to me. And it is this. So, visioning OKRs, 7 streams, and experts go with the flow. So, visioning OKRs. What in the world do I mean by that? So, number 1, OKR is something that I just learned today thanks to my amazing, awesome operations manager, Alina. Thank you. You are a freaking goddess. And OKRs, that has to do objectives and key results, right? So this has to do with goal setting and goal planning. Google has like this whole OKRs like flowchart and spreadsheet and stuff. And she introduced that to me and Jennifer, and we were like, oh, amazing. Jennifer's my integrator, so we're sitting there on the call just like falling into an organized love fest. Yeah, and this is so in alignment with a book that I am reading. And actually, let me get this book and read it to you right quick. Woo! This, by the way, is real. This is not a fake Zoom background. Like, that's a real goddess. What up, Guan Yin? So, U Squared is a book that I am reading, and she was talking to me about how to measure objectives and key results as a team, and we were going deep into that in like a really powerful way, and that gave me an aha moment around visioning. So I practice, as we were talking about yesterday, shamanic vision journey meditation, or for short, journey meditations, and that's where you like do active visualization and have active conversations for intuitive guidance back and forth. And so merging journeying with this goal setting and goal management process that she was introducing us from Google, like they have all Google Docs and stuff around that, was really super cool because of what I read in this book, U Squared. If you haven't read it by Price Pritchett, it's amazing. Reading this book is doing something to me, I swear. And so, let me see here. I literally opened to the page. Focus on ends rather than the means. You don't have to know how you're going to get there, but you need to know where you want to go. It's crucial to have a crystal clear picture of what you want to accomplish. Operate with a sharply defined mental image of the outcome you seek. Rivet your attention on that spot where you are to land at the end of your quantum leap. Visualize your arrival. When you do that, it's like you magnetize yourself to the ways and means involved in the methodology for getting there. The solutions begin to appear, answers come to you. And then he ends this chapter with, look at it this way. You're not supposed to be concerned about what happens in the middle of a jump. You're supposed to be thinking about where you're going to land. And I'll put some like pictures of those 2 pages that I read, because there's a lot more awesomeness. Thank you, U Squared by Price Pritchett, and what a classic. But that came up for me around Alina sharing about these OKRs and implementing them for growth, like creating steady, tracked, systematic growth in my company. Like, it was so fabulous to get to see that, but also merging this goal setting and goal monitoring process with the vision journey process, so that vision, right, journey and visioning can then bring the image of where is the end of the jump, like where are we going to land. Hey, Andrea, by the way, everyone, put hashtag live if you're watching live, so I know who I get to love up and celebrate and talk to while I'm on camera right now for the moment. And put hashtag replay if you're watching on replay, so I know to love you up. And thank you for being on this journey with me. So merging those two concepts of goal setting, goal tracking, and goal realization, because the OKRs even have a scorecard and everything like that, so that you can measure and rate your progress as an entire team towards arriving at the goal, but merging that with the vision journey process, so that journey gives me as the visionary, or gives the entrepreneur, whoever is the head of the team, right, the owner of the company, gives you the where is the X marks the spot, like where are you going, allowing spirit to set that. And I'm so excited. Alina, I don't know if you're going to see this. I'm not too sure she's on Facebook. But Jennifer, I am going to be doing journeys, and Journey's going to tell me what our 3 objectives are, so that we get from spirit X marks the spot. So that was a huge aha moment today. That was super cool. I've done that many times. I didn't know about OKRs and all of that process and stuff like that before today, but I've done that many times to set goals, visualize them, and end up in realizing them using Journey so many times. Journey and vision boards, like I was talking about yesterday with that Forbes article. That's really maximized my productivity, knowing my alignment, right? And I've seen that work over and over and over again for my clients, right? My clients do that as well in our programs and services, right? Our mastermind retreats, like we set that up. We set that kind of a environment up for you to journey, so that you get your X marks the spot of where are you headed, that's in alignment with your mind, body, and spirit, as well as your business and bank account. So that's the first of a few aha moments that I wanted to share. Secondly, this concept of the 7 streams. So I am hot off of an interview with the amazing Pamela Barty. By the way, shout out to my dear love, Andrew Mellon, for connecting us. I love you. I love you. You are amazing. You and Julie Chopa connect me with the most incredible people. I'm just like, whoever you suggest, I'm all in. Amazing. And so Pamela and I, like, instant love affair. We're just like, oh my God, we love each other immediately. And Pamela, she like sold over $250 million in real estate, like deals by the age of 27. Rachel's just hitting 30. And we were talking on the podcast just now, and I think I shared it on my page just a few minutes ago. And she was sharing how a turning point for her personally was when she was just doing really well before she got into real estate, with her 2 restaurants, right? They would do the food for 4th of July in Boston for the whole harbor. She was doing well because I have family up in Boston. That is no small deal, right? So huge. But at the same time, she, as a visionary, she had like that pulse for like, I feel like I'm called to more, right? And she was reading and found out that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. And she's like, I have the 2 restaurants. What do I want to get into? And for her at that moment, it was real estate. And so she got into flipping and all that. You could see her whole story in the podcast episode below on my personal Facebook page, as well as on my Sensei Victoria Whitfield Facebook business page. By the way, if you have not given me a like and a 5-star on Facebook business, please do show some love. By the way, if you're watching, put hashtag live if you're watching live, so I know who's journeying with me, right? And I get to talk to you while I'm live here for the next couple moments, because I got a 5 o'clock. It's 4:58. And if you're watching on the hashtag replay, put hashtag replay so I can love you up and thank you for being my journey partner. But anyway, yeah, go check that out. And I got to thinking 7 streams of income. For the last 11 years, I've had 100% in my business. And I was just talking to Ma. By the way, shout out to Ma. Love you, Ma. So grateful for you. Thank you for the beautiful birthday card. Andrea, thank you for the beautiful birthday bath bomb. Hey, Lisa. Hello, gorgeous. Thank you, Brianna, for the beautiful birthday card in the mail. What else did I get for my... Thank you, Nettie Owens, for the beautiful pink lavender scented bath salts for my birthday. They are gone. They did not stand a chance. Not only is this pink, but it smells like lavender. Plop! Fizz! Soak! Yes! Immediately, in the middle of my workday, right before I got on for the podcast. But anyway, 7 streams of income. And I started talking to Ma about that, and we talked, and it's my business currently has its own 5 streams of income. Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. It's birthday eve. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, Lisa. So it has its own 5 internal streams, tributaries that come into one big river of my business for the last 11 years. And then she was talking about the 5 different streams that she has. And so it was an aha moment to think diversifying. What would that look like for me? And I started thinking about, once the business really gets humming, and I'm less in the driver role, which is what we're setting up now as a team. Once that gets to a certain point, I'm excited to start looking into real estate, the stuff that Pamela was talking about, the power of flipping and owning and all of this stuff. And Lisa, you're an amazing resource to talk to about this. So it feels like a retirement plan for me. I want to start thinking about what's my retirement plan, and I think real estate would be a really juicy one. So there's that. And then lastly, the final aha moment of the day for me, I'm just going to check my note. Yeah, experts go with the flow. So rather than making things more complicated, it's just entering the stream of activity. Today I had a very multifaceted, flowing day. And even when I was talking to Pamela, she was also talking about going with the flow, just tumbling forward, right? Just taking action. The book U Squared also talks about entering the stream of action, allowing the ready, fire, aim approach to inform you, right? So that you receive the information of the fire rather than getting hung up on the organization of the aiming. And so it was so powerful to see that in action, and it collapses time entering into the stream of action, right? I had someone in I was on a Zoom call on my headphones while I was driving through and picking up different things, and I'm like, am I multitasking or am I in a stream? And I didn't feel overwhelmed at all. I felt like I was on a raft, like a motorboat, headed downstream, and the motor was turning. There was something about how time was collapsing today that I could really feel it solid. And my channeling, my intuition and channeling went to another level today, being in the stream of action while being connected to others. So it was so powerful. I strongly believe now, and this is my final aha moment of the day, because I think I'm going to be a little bit late unless he calls me in the middle of a live stream. Jared, love you, brother. I'll talk to you in a sec. Amazing. You changed my life. So if there's something about how being in the stream of action maximizes my potential. I'll put it on me. When I'm in the middle of things and going for it, I have so much more insight, so much more access to my potential, and the visions that I was seeing, I've acted. So with that being said, like, I highly recommend just going with the ready, fire, aim, rather than the ready, aim, fire, right? Enter into the stream. Just do it. Just like Pamela was saying, no regrets, right? Don't stop yourself. Allow the doing, I believe in it, and I've been receiving that today in particular. Allow the doing of the thing that you've been thinking about to educate you and give you all of the data that you need, rather than research, perfection paralysis, planning paralysis. I've never heard planning paralysis before, but let me tell you, have I witnessed it hundreds and hundreds of times in conscious entrepreneurs just like me, in all of the networking that I do. So with that, I want to turn it over to you. If you're watching, put hashtag live. If you're watching on the live, so I know to love you up, and thank you for journeying with me. If you're watching on the hashtag replay, put hashtag replay, so I know to love you up, and thank you for journeying with me on this 45 days of lives journey. And tell me in the comments below, like, how do you get your X marks the spot? Do you have a repeatable process? Like, I have a repeatable process for what's my number one outcome. How do I get my vision, or what's the result I want? I have a repeatable process for that. And it's a certain form of strategic meditation that I teach, right? And I'm going to be doing a masterclass on this in, 2 weeks? Oh my gosh. At the Awakening the Shaman Within retreat. So I have a repeatable process for getting that X marks the spot, so that when I apply something like the OKRs to that, we can make it happen in speed. And I said we, not just me, my whole team, right? You know, that 30 people that I was talking about that are helping me. If I can just give them the X marks the spot and take all 30 streams of their energy and direct it towards that, bam, right? That's a 30X one step versus me by myself taking one step, because we all know where we're going. So I have a repeatable process for that. And if you want to know more about that, put a purple heart. Just put a purple heart. Tell me more about your repeatable process, Victoria. And also the 7 streams of, like, okay, I know I'm only in my mid-30s. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm in my mid-30s. And I want to start building for retirement. And I'm interested to start seeing what are the other streams that are in alignment with me. And if you have an MLM, I love you, and I will say no. It's just not something that I've ever really been in alignment with. And I have bought from MLMs before. Like, I love the products and stuff. But if you're seeing me thinking about having another stream of income, I attract people who have MLMs. And that's cool. And I love that that's your business model. But for me, that's not the right one. If anything, I will probably convert one of my businesses into an MLM. So I'm not going to, like, join one. I'm going to found one. So by the way, if you know anything about that, feel free to reach out to me. I would appreciate to hear more about how you did that. But anyway, so 7 streams. Like, what are the 7 streams that are going to support me so that I don't work anymore, but instead my money makes money. My money works for me. So I can retire and just enjoy retirement. And I hope to have an early retirement as well, since it's looking that way. And then thirdly, with just going with the flow and opening and seeing how taking action gives the most reflection and the most, activation in your potential and your insight and your wisdom. Like, I want to know from you, out of my aha moments, like, what's coming up for you? And I have to reaffirm this every single time. This is not YouTube. This is not Netflix. This is not your TV. This is Facebook. This is meant to be a two-way conversation. So when I look at you, I wish I could come through and be like, who's looking? Right? I wish I could actually like come in and, I don't have time right now because now I'm 8 minutes over. I'm 8 minutes late. But I want to give to you. I want to check in for my 45 live. But I want to know what's dropping in for you hearing all this. Like, our conversations in the comments have been really juicy, and I love seeing what's your story around my aha moments from today's workday. And I'm super grateful for them. They've been my greatest gifts of the day. And so I'm going to tie this up the same way I do every time, as well as the same way that I do on the podcast, the Journeypreneur podcast. I say the same thing. Please remember to enjoy the journey. Do not lose your glow as you grow in life and business. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.